Here's my fun experiment of the day. I was playing with Figma Make today to create a Swiss graphics generator. I basically asked it, to start with to creating an app that can generate Bauhaus style graphics, and then I iterated that just a couple times, and it ended up with this. I changed the properties to allow random angles or 90-degree angles, and then have shapes and lines or just lines only. And then I asked it to create a prompt that I could use to uh, give to other generators. And it gave me this prompt: create a Swiss graphics generator web app that generates randomized geometric compositions inspired by Swiss design and Bauhaus movements. And then it has a basic set of features for the canvas, shape mode, toggle, layout mode, color scheme controls, and then the layout. Um, so then I took that prompt, and this is what the Figma Make version looks like. Passed it to Google's AI Studio uh, to have Gemini create its version. So let's see what Figma does first. So here's the generator. I mean, these are not usable really, but it's a fun toy. You can switch between these different graphics, the angles of the elements, and then shapes and lines or just lines. And then you have a button to download the image. And then you could just keep generating it, change the number of shapes. So it's a fun toy. Google AI Studio. This is the same um, types of features. A little bit of a different UI. I actually like this UI the best of all the different options. That, and then there are, it says complexity, which is really the number of elements. And then you can just keep generating um, and then download a PNG. This is what bolt.new created. Um, this has same properties, um, a different UI to generate these. Let's say the grid overlay, and then you can just keep generating. And then what are we looking at here? This is a Claude Code. Also a nice minimalist UI for this. And then you can change the properties, keep generating. Let's do 90-degree angles here. Go back to this shapes property. So this one updates on the fly. You can download the PNG. Does this update? And this also updates as you change the number in the slider. They all do. Nice. So these all produce similar output if you give it very explicit instructions. If you give it kind of a requirements document, the difference at this point will be which do you choose based on the output. What's the cost going to be for using each tool? And the real work is going to be into coming up with the right requirements document, and then iterating to make the thing functional. I know this is a little toy, but it's just a nice comparison of how these basically can produce the same thing if you give it very explicit instructions for what to produce. We're all kind of oohing out and eyeing over what Gemini produces on the first shot. And I had a similar experience with just having it create a portfolio for me, with create a Swiss style portfolio. Um, and I was just very impressed with what it could do, given that I referenced a few articles for like the type of aesthetics, color palette. I said red and black, and then it just generated something really decent on the first shot, and then you would just have to iterate over it. Anyway, that's my fun experiment comparing today Figma Make, Gemini, Bolt New, and Claude Code.